You're watching the Movie Channel.
Exclusive to Sky One, the 1994 Billboard Music Awards, hosted by Melrose Place star Heather Locklear, with performances by Tom Jones, Warren G, Stone Temple Pilots, and the Rolling Stones. The 1994 Billboard Music Awards, tonight at 11, only on Sky One.
From the Sky Satellite Network, this is the Movie Channel.
Miracles are the kind of things you hope for that do come true, in spite of the odds.
I think it's a miracle when you find each other, when you find the right person.
My son being born.
Back in 1969 when the Mets won the World Series, now that was a miracle.
Like a fantasy that comes real.
Yes, I definitely do believe in Santa Claus.
I believe he is out there. Santa Claus is alive in our hearts. I still believe in Santa Claus. Every year you're always justified in your belief.
I believe in miracles.
Well, young lady, what's your name?
Susan Walker, what's yours?
Mine? Kris Kringle. I'm Santa Claus. Oh, you don't believe that, do you?
In 1947, Miracle on 34th Street charmed audiences across the country.
But I must say, your beard doesn't have one of those things that goes over your ears.
Well, that's because it's real. Just like I'm really Santa Claus. Oh, go ahead, pull it.
Now, 20th Century Fox and John Hughes present this classic tale to a new generation.
I've made Christmas pictures in the past, and they were generally comedies, fairly broad comedies. And I wanted to try something that looked at the beautiful side of Christmas.
Very nice. Wonderful.
To have Santa Claus in the kind of environment that we live in now, so it was an excellent way to explore issues of faith and belief.
Let's go.
He thinks you're Santa Claus.
I am. I believe in Santa Claus passionately.
I'm Kris Kringle, and I'm at Kohl's department store in New York City. Good morning, America.
I believe in the spirit of Santa Claus. I believe that Richard Attenborough embodies the spirit of Santa Claus, and I believe that's why he was able to translate that spirit onto the screen.
My character is a person who doesn't believe in Santa Claus. Brian, you know what? I know.
Know what?
Secret.
What secret?
Santa Claus. I've known for a long time. He's not real.
Says who?
My mom.
I really believe that we as a people are making children grow up too fast. They see the raw, unedited truth too early and too often.
I know how this all works. You're an employee of Kohl's.
That is true.
But you're a very good Santa Claus.
Thank you.
Your beard's stuck on real tight.
And I think this child, like all of us, struggles with this. She's been told one thing, but if she feels something different, she looks at this man and she says, I think he might be Santa Claus. Even though I know there is no Santa Claus, I think he might be. And what if he is?
But all my friends believe in Santa Claus.
Well, most children your age do.
How come I don't?
Because you know the truth. Dory Walker, my character, does not believe in Santa Claus. She also doesn't believe in the Easter Bunny or the Tooth Fairy or any mythological character. And believing in myths and fantasies just makes you unhappy.
She's trying to protect her daughter from the same kind of things that hurt her. But she's fair and she's objective, and actually she's the one that sets up the conditions that allow Kris Kringle to prove to her that he is Santa Claus.
You have the right to believe whatever you want to believe. Now, I've told you the truth, but if I'm wrong, I would be glad to admit it. I'll tell you what. You ask Mr. Kringle for something that you would never ask me for. And if on Christmas morning you don't get it, you will know once and for all the honest truth about Santa Claus.
That's a very clever idea.
Thank you.
If Santa Claus really can make reindeer fly and go up and down people's chimneys and make millions of toys and go all around the world in one night, he could get somebody a house and a brother and a dad, right?
Right, yes, I suppose he could. It really amounts to what do you believe? What do you mean by believing in Santa Claus? If you believe fundamentally in the ultimate power or influence of good over evil, if you fundamentally believe that human beings do care for their fellow creatures, then yes, you believe in Father Christmas, because that is what he epitomizes.
I don't think that there's any harm in not believing in a figure that many do acknowledge to be a fiction.
Oh, but there is. I'm not just a whimsical figure who wears a charming suit and affects a jolly demeanor. You know, I'm a symbol. I'm a symbol of the human ability to be able to suppress the selfish and hateful tendencies that rule the major part of our lives. If you can't believe, if you can't accept anything on faith, then you're doomed for a life dominated by doubt.
He's one of us, and as such, he represents a pure version of us. He loves everybody. He accepts everybody. He can communicate with everybody. And he's this wonderful man who gets his joy in life from serving people.
If I could make you believe, then there'd be some hope for me. If I can't, well, I'm finished.
I think underneath all of this very hard veneer is a woman who wants to stop being so skeptical. And I think what Kris Kringle, Santa Claus, touches in her is that vulnerability, that childlike quality, the innocence that is somewhere really deep inside her. And it's about a woman's struggle to let go of that defense system. You don't think he's nuts, do you? Well, he believes he's Santa Claus, absolutely believes it.
Maybe that's why he's good at it. If you're a very good boy and do exactly what your mummy tells you, you're going to have a Peter Pollywog for Christmas.
Hi, Santa.
Bye. Bye, Daniel. Merry Christmas. Kris Kringle, Santa Claus, Father Christmas, this figure is the epitome of faith in people. And I think that the naivete of this character in this story is so touching because his faith in what is right and what is the correct way to behave is so total that it's blinding. But there is still an awful lot of pain and evil in the world.
I want this man declared insane.
Oh, of course.
my job is to go and prove, beyond any reasonable doubt, that he is not Santa Claus. That anyone who calls himself by that name surely is, well, disturbed.
This is about a man who has had something very wrong done to him. Somebody you believe in. I want you to help him.
Belief is such a bad word nowadays in the 90s, you know? It's like a dirty word. And I think I'm probably the only one in the movie that believes in Santa Claus, you know, right from the get-go. Because I believe in Kris Kringle.
I'm dismissed as a crazy old man. And the good name of Santa Claus is spared.
That isn't true. If not for you, there is no Santa Claus. You are him. Crazy or not, here or gone, you're Santa Claus. We're going to court. There's a hearing Thursday to decide if you're to be committed. I'm going to defend you. Together, we're going to prove that there is a Santa Claus and that you're him.
I'm ready, Counselor.
Santa Claus on the Stand in 1947 was sort of novel. Santa Claus on the Stand in 1994 is not that odd. I mean, we've seen Stranger Things.
Do you believe that you are Santa Claus?
Yes, of course.
We don't seem to be sure of anything, and we demand proof for everything.
Have you ever been to the North Pole?
Yes, sir. 1972 and again in 1984.
Did you explore the region?
Extensively.
Did you ever find any evidence of dwellings? Animal pens, barns, workshops?
No, sir.
No evidence whatsoever?
None, sir.
In these particular times where we question everything and where we need irrefutable proof for everything, you know, can we take anything off it? Can we just believe in something even though we can't prove it?
Mr. Collins, what is this? This? It's a reindeer, Your Honor.
I know that, but what's it doing in my courtroom?
Well, I'd like the court to see Mr. Kringle make the reindeer fly.
He only flies on Christmas Eve.
You either believe in it or you don't. You feel it or not. I mean, that's what faith is.
If this court finds that Mr. Kringle is not who he says he is, that there is no Santa Claus, then I would ask the court to judge which is worse. A lie that draws a smile, or a truth that draws a tear.
Ultimately, it's about just having the faith to believe in something that's kind of outside our realm of thinking.
If we stand with Chris, if we challenge the rumors and the scandal sheets, if we force the truth, we'll win. For the sake of the whole company, I think that all of you should decide about whether or not you believe in Santa Claus.
I love this story because it's a story about hope and it's a story about returning to your innocence and returning to a time or a place in your life or in your mind or in your soul where you were a little bit more free to experience a miracle.
Coles believes in Santa Claus. Do you believe in Santa Claus?
You can use. Yes, I believe in miracles. I believe that they are possible by virtue of the unequivocal faith that certain men and women have.
To believe in Santa Claus is to believe in the goodness of people and really believe that there are things that we have to take on faith and that we would be better served if we had a little bit more faith in a lot of things, especially one another.
Miracle on 34th Street. Something to believe in.
You're watching the Movie Channel.